What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Team Bankroll. This is the Football League show with me, the big man on campus, and my co-host, Flash Watson, former striker in the Premier League. Flash, we were off last week. We had some technical difficulties, and I'm very annoyed that we weren't on the air because you and I killed it. We're going to kill it, though, this week. We welcome everyone in.
Well, it's
Flash,
tough, big man.
It was tough.
No, it's tough this week. It's tough. It was tough last week. I mean, I think we had something like 12 out of 13 selections and 5 four-timers and an acca. And the first, I didn't know. No one told me that there was a technical hitch. So I was like, come on, big man. All the followers must be coining it in.
Yes.
And I was like, oh.
It was very brutal. I'll tell you what, though. Have no fear. We've had very good luck with this show when we've been on the air. So get your pencil, get your paper out. Make sure you're jotting these down. For anyone that's new to the show, welcome in. This is the Football League show. We talk about the Premier League on another video. This is for the Championship, League One, and League Two. Some of the best value in the world can be found in England. We'll see if we can break something down for you and hope that you enjoy it. And I want to shout everyone out. We've had a lot of good reception with this show. A lot of people like it. A lot of people asking me about it. So we're happy to be back, and hopefully we can pass along some tips. Flash, let's start out in the good old Championship. By the way, are you happy that League's back? You're good with everything? League?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been a little bit of a shake-up in the Championship that people are going to have to be very wary of. Obviously, Smith has left Brentford, and he's gone to Aston Villa. John Terry has gone there as his number 2. So although Brentford are at home, they're a watch. You must watch them because you don't know what sort of momentum is going to be lost, or it's just going to be continued underneath the new management. So just be careful of Brentford at home this week.
Yeah, I had Brentford written down. I mean, looks like a nice price at home against Bristol City, around 1.75. One I had written down, Flash, I want to hear your opinion on this one. I kind of like Swansea against Bristol, or not Bristol, against Villa. Villa is struggling to keep goals out right now. You can get a nice price on the draw double chance here with Swansea. I mean, at any rate, we know they're going to be very good on the defensive end. If this turns into a low-scoring match, I kind of like Swansea because I know that they can keep goals out, and Villa have just been brutal defensively.
Yeah, I expect this to be a massive partisan crowd. I think there'll be over 40,000. The manager is a self-confessed Aston Villa supporter. The place is going to be absolutely buzzing. I mean, this he can't get off to a better start. He already went there earlier on in the year with his Brentford side. So, I mean, it's another game that I'd be wary of, and I certainly wouldn't go against Aston Villa being at home.
Interesting. Good point. One play that I am going to recommend to this week, Flash, I'm going to go West Bromwich Albion and Wigan over 2.5. I'm also going to lean towards the West Brom win. Wigan have struggled in this league. They can't keep goals out. Flash and I have talked about the inability for West Bromwich Albion to keep goals out also. Pretty good attacking teams. I'm going to look towards over 2.5 here in this one, Flash.
Yeah, I've got West Brom down 2.15. You don't go against West Brom because even though they let goals in, they need to let 4 in to basically get a draw. I mean, they score 3s and 4s. They've got players from all over the pitch, so they can score goals. So, I mean, yeah, I've got 2.15 West Brom. And I've got a little bit of a teaser for everybody. I was talking to James Beattie the other night, assistant manager at Birmingham, and they are really, really buoyed up by the way that obviously they've gone in there. They left Leeds, they went to Middlesbrough, and then they've obviously found themselves at St Andrews. And they're really pleased with the group. The group are really tight-knit. They're just not getting the rub of the green, he said. I've watched them a few times, and if they put the ball in the back of the net, they would have beaten the likes of West Brom. They would have beaten the likes of Swansea. So I'm going to take them this week away at Stoke. Now, the price is 4, so I guess that the double chance will probably be around 2.5, 2.6.
You would be incorrect. 1.85.
Really?
Yes.
That's my dodgy bookie again, big man.
Well, listen, if you're getting that price, Birmingham have been pretty good going forward. They just haven't had a finisher. They've been right in games, as Beattie said. It's great info, and I actually like to play. Real quick, Flash, you said you like West Bromwich Albion.
Oh
You
yeah,
can get,
yeah,
you can get
100%.
you can get 2.38, 2.3 out there if you look around. So again, I like that over and West Brom to win, but I also kind of like Flash's play. Stoke have been very disappointing this year so far. I think a lot of people thought, including myself, that this would be a team that would challenge to go right back up. But you look at this team. I mean, there's just not a lot of talent, really. I mean, you have decent defenders. Benacophobia, I guess, is okay, or Jack Butland's a good goalkeeper, but there's just not a ton of talent on this team, frankly.
No, there's a couple of things that may well play in our favour by being with Birmingham. Is that the fans get very frustrated very quickly at the Britannia Stadium. They're like, Stoke are just thinking that they should be a Premiership side, and they're expecting their team to be automatically back up there straight away. So, and the thing is with Birmingham is they keep it tight for long, long periods. And if they were to go 1-0 up, then you can definitely see the Stoke fans turning on the team. So I think at 4, Birmingham, or at double chance 1.85.
Like that one as well. Any other Flash you're looking at?
Not in the Championship, because it's almost you've got them teams that are playing each other that they can't be guaranteed to score. I mean, the maddest one I was looking at was Ipswich at home.
Yeah.
And that was more because of the team they were playing.
QPR, right. One other one, Flash, before we move on to League One. Are you surprised that Sheffield United are first in this league?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I don't expect them to be right at the very top come the end of the season, but this is another team who feed off the passion, aggression of their manager, Chris Wilder. It goes a long way when you've got a supporter as your manager and you've got someone that wants to win. And he'd rather go down losing 3-2 than trying to nick a point somewhere, So they wear their heart on their sleeves. They've all bought into what the manager says, and they're a tough team to play against, home or away.
If you can find this, and again, you really got to depend on where you look book-wise, but you could actually get it at Bet365. Billy Sharp to score any time might be really worth a look here. 3.1. He's been flying. I think he scored like 4 or 5 goals in the last 4 games for them. Billy Sharp playing good football for Sheffield United right now. 3.1 for him to score any time. Flash, let's go to League One. I have a couple written down here. I think one that I'm obviously keyed in on is Peterborough against Stanley, 2.15. Peterborough at home, they've been terrific. Stanley, a team that just came up. They've been kind of having trouble kind of initiating in. They've done an okay job, but I'm looking here at Peterborough. I'm a team that is at the top of the league or right below it. They've scored 30 goals this year. I don't think they should have any problem here. I think they beat Stanley. What do you think?
I think the big play here, the moral, is just over 2.5 goals. I mean, it looks like it's a bit of a hook price. It looks 2.12. I was expecting it to be 1.75, and it's a reason for it. I mean, Accrington obviously scored a few last week, and they're one of them teams that are just dogged, and they just will keep going. Now, I think overs is an absolute moral, but I expect that to be very short whenever Peterborough are involved, and maybe even have a look at over 3.5.
Interesting. One over that I am going to get involved with, Wycombe Wanderers against Scunthorpe, over 2.5 at 1.8. This one's simple for me. Both teams can't keep goals out right now. Scunthorpe is giving up the most goals in the league, 26 on the season, but they've also scored 20. Both teams good going forward. I think we see a fun one here. It could be a 2-2, 3-2, something like that. Flash, another one. And I've taken some big prices on this team. Don't really understand this one. Walsall, 5.25 against Luton. Luton have been good to us at times this year, but this Walsall team's playing pretty good as well. I know
Luton's one of my bets, big man. Luton's one of my bets. Let me just go back to the Wycombe Scunthorpe game that you mentioned, and you said they'd let in 20 goals. They let in 14 in their first 5 games. They have been a lot better recently. They've made sure that they started to stay in games and not giving away the cheap goals.
Settle down, Flash. Flash, come on, Flash. They've given up They gave up 2 at Peterborough, 3 at Luton Town.
Yeah, 2 at Peterborough. Most people get beat Peterborough 4.
But here's the thing: I just need 3 goals here, and I think Scunthorpe can score. I mean, Wycombe Wanderers haven't been great defensively either.
No. I wasn't dogging it. I was just saying about how, just to make sure that the statistics weren't lying to you.
Sure.
It's because obviously they let the 14 in the first 5 games. No, I'm not dogging it. I'm just saying to just beware that they're obviously a lot better recently. Luton's one of my teams. I mean, I was very impressed with Luton last week. They got beat 3-2 away at Barnsley. But with a little bit more belief and a little bit sharper finishing, they could have got something out of that game. So Luton, I'm going to stick it in like a 3 double, or maybe 4 trebles and an acca with a couple of others. But Luton and West Brom from the other division. And the other one I like is Doncaster.
Yeah, it's Gillingham.
Doncaster, 1.8 against Gillingham. I just think Doncaster is going to be one of them sides that are going to be up around the top 6 all season. And they've just got to... They don't let many goals in at all. And I just think Gillingham to Doncaster, long way.
Yeah, that's one I had written down as well. I was going to get to that in a second. I think that's a great one as well. Flash likes Doncaster against Gillingham. I agree. I also like Wycombe Scunthorpe over 2.5 and 1.8. I think Peterborough, or maybe it's a hook price, but I'll take it against Stanley. One other one, Flash, I wanted to ask you about. I considered Barnsley against Charlton. I know you're a big Charlton guy, but that's a pretty nice price on Barnsley. They're one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, looked a bit dodgy at the back the other day, but yeah, they've definitely got the right players going forward. I mean, you've got George Moncur, who's brought through the West Ham ranks. He's done well. They've got a couple of players that have had Premiership Academy experience. Not quite made the grade at Premiership level, but they're definitely better than League One. Again, this is probably one of them both teams to score bets, because, I mean, Charlton at home, don't worry about the stuff that's going off the field. They're starting to have a go on the field.
One other one that I had my eye on as well, Flash, Blackpool. Not just taking them to win, but maybe even pumping it up to a win to 0. Blackpool is the best defensive team in this league. They've only given up 9 goals on the season. They're facing a Wimbledon team coming in that on the bounce has not been good. They've only scored 10 goals all season. Could be a long day for Wimbledon. Blackpool are very good, and that's a pretty long trip, Flash, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably the longest trip that we're going to mention outside of the Premiership this year. I mean, the only thing with Wimbledon is set pieces. They're always liable, because it doesn't matter where the ball is, it gets lumped into the box. A little ricochet could fall at someone's feet, or someone gets a flick on. So I'm always wary of Wimbledon just getting the consolation.
I mean, not for nothing, Wimbledon or Blackpool straight up at 2 is a very good bet. I think.
I prefer the Blackpool to win than to win to 0, because I can see them winning 3-1.
Sure. Yeah, Blackpool looks good at even. We also have Doncaster Rovers 1.75 against Gillingham. Scunthorpe Wycombe over 2.5. And Flash, you mentioned you like Luton, and I mentioned I kind of like Peterborough as well.
Yeah, and the other one I like in League 2 is MK Dons. Yep. Remember I told you about my friend said how well they were playing, and they were really, he'd taken his Exeter philosophy to another level. Well, they played against, this is for other people just to keep an ear out and an eye open, is that they went and won away at Cambridge last week, and Cambridge absolutely dominated them, but their defence was rock solid. So, I mean, any team, remember these lower leagues, very few of them keep clean sheets because they just outscore teams. If you've got a team that can defend as well as score goals, then you're going to be on the right side more often than not.
Amen to that. I actually worry about the draw in that game, though, Flash. A lot of draws between those two teams, Milton Keynes and Northampton. I think they have the most draws in the league, which is kind of a concern. Couple other ones I like, continuing this Exeter train, another strong price against Grimsby. Grimsby, one of the worst sides in the league. Exeter have just been moneymakers all year. And Look, let's be real, Flash. Lincoln City at home. I mean, 1.6, not a good price, but I mean, do they really lose
You can
to?
stick it in with a few of the others.
Yeah, are they going to lose to Cambridge? I don't see it.
No, I mean, but again, we're just going to warn people that the 1.66 against a Cambridge side who played very well and more than matched an MK Dons side last week, admittedly at home, but you got to go. I mean, Lincoln scored 6 last week.
Yeah, and we were on them. What we like to do, Flash, is put together a parlay here. For me, League Two, I'm not in love with a ton this week. I like Lincoln in on Acker. I like Exeter. I think they'll beat Grimsby, so I'm going to put them in. Let's go back to League One. We'll throw some teams in a parlay bet. We'll throw in what, Flash?
Well, I'm going to throw in Luton and Doncaster from League One.
Yep, let's throw in Doncaster like that one. I'm going to honestly throw in that over in Wycombe Scunthorpe. I think that one's a nice play. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go over 2.5 there. And any else you like in League One, Flash?
Well, I was thinking, I'm just looking, I'm thinking, well, how about it? How does 5 teams, 5 4-timers and an ACCA, the 4-timer more than pays for the 5 bets? You're going to get more than 5 to 1. There's West Brom, Luton, Doncaster, MK Dons, and you throw in the Blackpool at even money.
Yeah, I worry about the one I do worry about is MK. I feel like they draw. I don't know why. But here, Flash, let me throw this one at you. Lincoln City to beat Cambridge, Exeter to beat Grimsby Town, Doncaster to beat Gillingham, over 2.5 Wycombe Scunthorpe, West Bromwich Albion pays 22 to 1.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what it's going to be. Lincoln, Exeter, Doncaster, over 2.5 Wycombe Scunthorpe, West Bromwich Albion to beat Wigan. Pays out 22 to 1, folks.
How bad?
Flash, give me your 2 favorite out of the card.
My 2 favorite are going to be MK Dons and West Brom.
Yeah, I like West Brom. For me, I'll go.
I'm not turning you, am I, on MK Dons?
No, I just worry about a draw. I've seen so many draws between those two. I'm going to go.
Yeah, my friend's the Northampton assistant manager, and they got the winner last week in the 93rd minute. But they've been the manager. They've been. I think this is their 4th game, and the first 3 games they've really started to turn it around. But this is normally the time when you come up against a really decent side that you start seeing the reasons why the job became available in the first place.
Sure, good point. For me, I'll go Exeter in League Two to beat Grimsby Town. I've been on them a lot this year. I'm also going to take West Brom Wigan over 2.5. I think we see plenty of goals there. And I'm going to go back to Wycombe and Scunthorpe over 2.5 as well. Great plays, Flash, as always. Let's keep flying high here. Hopefully you have a great weekend, everybody. Hope you make some money as well. Flash, you're heading off to your stables, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, I'm off to see the horses. I've had a bug there the last few weeks, so yeah, I'm going to go up and spend a few weeks up there. So next week I'll be in the office with the pictures behind me.
Very good. We'll look forward to it. We'll see everybody next week. Hopefully you all enjoyed the Football League show. Hopefully you make some money this week in England. He's Flash. I'm Big Man on Campus. We'll see you next week here on the Football League show.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.